What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video with the boy Thick Whips in the garage with the M4 GTS, and today we are finally using BimmerCode to get the features that I want out of this car. In terms of BimmerCode videos, I've probably made hundreds at this point, but I didn't want to just go ahead and code this thing without bringing you guys along for the ride. I know some of you guys like to see every single little thing that I do to these cars, and this is definitely going to be one of them. So if you are not familiar with BimmerCode at all, I'm going to link a video right here that you guys can check out, talking a little bit about everything that BimmerCode does and the features that it offers for our BMWs. BimmerCode is great because you can code in the features that you want to get out of your car. You can turn off certain features that come with your car. Basically just personalize your BMW to the way that you want it to be. There are a couple things right off the bat that were bothering me with the GTS, just normal things that I code on every single car that I get. One of them being the warning disclaimer that pops up on the iDrive screen every time I get into the car, and then the seatbelt reminder that goes off every time I don't have my seatbelt on. No, I don't drive around with my seatbelt off. I'm just continually moving the cars around in the lot, and it gets really annoying just hearing that gong over and over again. So I like to code that out. I don't think I need to tell you guys it's not smart to drive around with your seatbelt off, but yes, we're going to code that off today. But we are going to connect the car to the application, open up BimmerCode, and see what else we can code today in BimmerCode. In order to connect the car to our cell phones, we are going to be using the OBD-Link CX adapter. Now, there are a lot of Bluetooth adapters that you guys can use to code your BMWs with BimmerCode. To be completely honest, I have all of them, but this is just the first one that I grabbed. So I'll leave a few different links down in the description to all of the different adapters that you can use to code your car with BimmerCode. The majority of them all do the exact same thing. Some also allow you to do tuning, but right now we are just focusing on coding, so we're just going to use this OBD-Link CX adapter. Let's get the phone connected, fire up BimmerCode, and see what we can code today. Today's video is sponsored by Simply Carbon Fiber, you guys. Simply Carbon Fiber makes a ton of really cool carbon fiber themed accessories. I've been using a few of their products. I have the carbon fiber wallet, which is like a really nice high quality carbon fiber. Keep your cards in the center, easy to slip up, cash on the outside. Very thin, not too bulky in your pocket. I've also been rocking with their carbon fiber phone case, which is super nice. It's durable, it's thin, it's sleek, and they have options for all phone sizes. I recently just picked up their carbon fiber sunglasses. They got carbon fiber along the edge here, which is pretty cool. Definitely gonna be using these this summer. And my favorite accessory so far by them is this forged carbon fiber watch. This thing is so sick, dude. All black, forged carbon and gold accents. With the black leather band, it looks really good. And I think the black and gold option just looks awesome. But they have a ton of different options for you guys when it comes to carbon fiber accessories. Huge shout out to Simply Carbon Fiber for sponsoring today's video. There's gonna be a link, you guys, in the description. Save yourself a little bit of cash when you shop Simply Carbon Fiber. These make fantastic gifts for other people or even for yourself. But a huge shout out to Simply Carbon Fiber for sponsoring today's video. Let's get back into it. First thing is first, my friends, we're gonna take this OBD-Link adapter. We're gonna plug it into our OBD2 port right down here. Now let's go ahead and fire up the phone and open up the app BimmerCode. All right, you guys, so once you have plugged in your OBD adapter, you're gonna open up the app BimmerCode, and on the main page, you're gonna see a little gear at the bottom right. Click on that. Now, first of all, in order to actually code anything, you will have to purchase the full version of BimmerCode. In my opinion, it is totally worth it. It's a one-time fee, and you get to code all of your cars, all your BMWs that you buy down the road, as long as they are supported by BimmerCode. So make sure that you do that first, and then go ahead and click on adapter. There's a lot of different adapters that you can use. Like I said before, we are using the OBD-Link CX adapter. Make sure you have that selected. Go back to settings, hit done, and then we're gonna hit connect on the main page here. BimmerCode is gonna ask you to select the vehicle. The vehicle that I'm in today is a BMW 4 Series M4. Now it says it is identifying the control units. This might take a little bit. This is basically going to bring up all of the different control units that are codable in your car. Also, make sure before you do this, either put your car on like a battery tenor or just be sure that your car has a decent battery in it with enough charge. You also want to make sure that your car is in accessory mode. That means foot off the brake and hit the start stop button twice. All right, so now we are going to see the control units page. The main control units page is going to show everything that we can code in this car. We're going to start with advanced crash safety module. All right, so the first thing that we're going to see here is the seatbelt reminder driver's seat active. Let's make that not active. Seatbelt reminder passenger not active. indicator, not active. We're turning all this off. I just basically don't want it to ever tell me that I need to wear my seatbelt. Initial seatbelt reminder after start, not active. So basically all these are set to not active now. We're gonna go ahead and hit code in the top right. It's gonna throw up a couple of warnings and whatnot when you're going through the coding process. It's completely normal. Just let it do its thing and go through the final coding and restarting the ECU. All right, that is good. So you wanna make sure that before you leave any of these modules, you code in the features that you want and then go back to the previous main page and you can start changing more things. Air conditioning, don't really want to change anything with that. Front electronic module, probably going to change some things in there. Let's go ahead and open it up. So currently right now, this car does not have the mirrors folding. That might be something that I code in. I'm actually not sure if I want to do that, but we'll see if we have the option in here and code it in just so I can show it to you guys. This car also does not have CarPlay in it right now, so I'm going to have that professionally coded in this week. That is just a must-have in all these BMWs, and Defined Coding is the company that I use for that. They just wirelessly tap into my car and handle all of it for me. It's a very, very easy process. It takes like 5 minutes. If you guys are interested in their information, I'll have it linked down below, but for simple stuff like this, you can just do it with BimmerCode. All right, here we are. So ambient lighting brightness is already set to 100%. Shut off iDrive system when the door opens, so that's not active. If you guys want it to shut off immediately when you open the door, that's something that you can do. So here is the unfold mirrors automatically, fold and unfold. I don't have it active right now. I actually don't even know if these mirrors do it. I'm assuming they do. So we'll just hit it to active and see what happens. Unfold mirrors with convenience. Yep, we got that. Fold mirrors with convenient closing, active, cool. Steering with paddles already active. Yeah, I think that's really all that I want to do in this right now. But there are a ton of different things that you guys can code in, and feel free to go through these control modules. One thing is you may want to put your seatbelt on so the car doesn't turn off on you. That'll happen sometimes. Let's see here. I think all of this is good. I'm happy with it right now. Yeah, we're going to roll with that. Let's go ahead and code it. You have a couple of different headlight driver modules, headlight driver module right and left. Those are things that I'm not going to mess with. This car, I actually did purchase the Icon headlights. So this is currently it has the LCI headlights. I purchased the LCI 2, which are the Icon headlights for this car, which I just think will look a million times better. We're going to install those this week. Defined Coding is also going to be coding in those headlights for me, but I'm sure you could probably find a way to code those in if you did that retrofit through BimmerCode. I don't know how to, but I'm sure there's probably a way to do that. There's also an expert mode in BimmerCode. If you know which codes you're looking for, you can like deep dive and do a lot of these things. I used to do that a lot with my F30s. But with a lot of these newer cars, I just don't really see the need to go that far into it. Let's check out head unit and see if there's anything in there that we want to code. I wish I could code in my OEM GTS cage. That'd be sick. I don't know why the person before me removed the cage out of this car. And BMW no longer makes the GTS cage. Nobody makes a replica cage. And I'm probably going to have a custom one made because I don't want to drill new holes into this car. It already has factory mounting points. Lots of things that you can change in here, of course. Acoustic, pedestrian protection. We're not going to mess with any of that. Audio chime, you guys can change it from BMW to Mini to Rolls-Royce. You can do all that cool stuff. You can change the ringtone, startup screen and animation. I already like the one that I have on mine. It's pretty cool. It's just the like the M logo that pops up. This car does not have any cameras. It's like very stripped down, so we can't really dive into any like camera stuff. Sport displays, we already have those in the car. Warning at startup. Yes, not active. That is super annoying. So that's one thing. Every time I start the car, there's like a warning that comes up on the iDrive. I have to like click out of it every single time. Getting rid of that. Don't need it. Yeah, that'll be it for this. So we'll go ahead and code top right. Yeah, so with the cage thing, I'm probably going to have a custom cage made that mounts up to the factory mounting points in the GTS. I'm going to try and mimic the OEM cage as well as possible. For obvious reasons, this is a GTS and I don't want like some goofy looking cage in the car. And then I'll have it painted the OEM M4 GTS colors, that goldish orange, acid orange, I think they call it, color. So I'll keep you guys posted on that whole debacle, but I thought it would be a lot easier to source a cage. Definitely not the case. All right, coding is successful. Let's go back to control units here. Instrument cluster, it's another fun one that people like to mess with. See what kind of options we have in there. So mine says GTS when I start it up. I'm probably not going to mess with anything because I kind of like having that. Digital speed inboard computer. Yes, I actually like having that digital speed up there. You guys can put up the M Performance logo if you want. See, my startup logo is the M4 GTS. I'm keeping that, baby. And you can change like your low fuel warnings and all that stuff. Let's go ahead and code it. I'm good with this setup right now. This car is so wicked, you guys. I know that we're like just getting into some of the basic videos, but I have some really cool stuff coming for this car, and I'm very, very hyped up. Everyone was like, what are you gonna do to it? It's already like so good. Dude, just wait till you guys see what we do. This is probably gonna be the most modified M4 GTS on the planet. I know that's gonna make some people mad, but I really don't care. It's not their money. All right, let's head into integrated chassis management. Cool, I haven't messed with that at all. I think that has to do with like different sport modes and whatnot. Probably something that I won't need to mess with. This car pretty much has everything that I want. Cruise control, default distance, not worried about that. Start in eco mode, not active. I don't know why someone would do that. Sport plus driving mode, 1 of 2. So if you don't have Sport Plus in your car, like your F30, you can go ahead and code that in with BimmerCode, which is pretty cool. I did that in my 328. Rear electronic module. Should I do it, you guys? Should I code in the GTS OLED taillights to stay on all the time? I'm just worried. I'm worried, like, what if they burn out or something? I don't think it significantly reduces the lights of the LEDs, but it's never shortened the life in any of my LCI taillights, ever. Like, it's never caused any issues, so. Rear electronic module means that you're dealing with everything in the back. So, daytime running taillights, outer part. Let's just do it for now, and then, you know, if we get a little scared, we can turn it off. We'll turn both of them on. LED conversion. So if you guys don't have the LCI taillights in your F30 or F80 or whatever, you're like a 2015 model, and then you buy the LED LCI ones, you can go ahead and code in all of the necessary things to make those lights work with your car. PDC stuff, don't need to mess with that. Rear view camera, we don't have them. LCI taillights retrofit at the bottom. So if, like I was saying before, if you had the LCI retrofit that you were doing, you just go ahead and hit active and it selects everything for you and makes it happen, which is really cool. BimmerCode does a great job of making everything super, super easy right there on the main page. Like the most common stuff that people code, they just throw it right on the main page of every control module. So we're almost done. I've almost coded literally everything that I want in this car, and I do this with every single BMW that I buy, and I never have to touch it again. It's so nice being able to code this stuff in yourself. Now, obviously, when it gets to things that are a little bit more complex, I like to hire defined coding to handle it for me because I'm not a genius when it comes to, you know, coding. I let them do it. And then we have roof function center, acoustical lock, unlock confirmation. I'm not going to mess with any of the acoustical confirmation stuff or the alarm sound, but you guys can go in there and of course change the stuff up there. So we are effectively done with coding. We can hit disconnect. And then once you're done with coding, you can go ahead and remove the OBD adapter from the OBD2 port, and you are good. You don't need to worry about keeping that in there in order for your codes to remain active. Also important to note that coding does not affect tuning and vice versa. Tuning does not affect coding. So no matter what you do to your car when it comes to tune or code, they will not mess with each other. Everything will be just fine. Got the adapter out. I like to just keep it in my glove compartment just in the event that I want to change something down the line. Convenient. All right, so the first thing that we'll do is we'll turn on the car and see if that warning comes up on my iDrive that happens every time I start the car, which is super annoying. Got my GTS logo, but I already had that before. As you guys see, there is no warning. That looks good. And as I was saying before, yeah, we're definitely coding in CarPlay in this car. I've had CarPlay in all of my cars, well, except for the E36 and the E30, but it is a very nice feature to have and definitely feels weird to not have it. So we will go ahead and code that in and we should be all good. You can also see down here, I now have mile per hour. This will now show digitally right there how fast I'm going, which is just nice to have. Sometimes it's just a little bit easier to read than the analog. So right now I do not have my seatbelt on, and there are no warnings or reminders, which is also good. That means that worked. Let me go ahead and show you guys the rear DRLs staying on. So we will turn this to parking light mode, which means that the rear DRLs should not be on, but now that we have coded them, they should be on. The reason that I usually do this is it just looks better for like videos and photos. Sure enough, there they are. And these just look crazy. So now these will stay on all the time. No matter if the headlights are on or not, I'll always have my GTS lights on. Am I gonna keep that on? I don't know, probably not. Like I said before, you know, with the LCI ones, I really wasn't worried about running them like this, but I'm not sure if it's a good idea to put any stress on, you know, $10,000 taillights. I think they're even more than that. But damn, do they look good. Damn, do they look good. Let's go ahead and turn the car off and see if the folding mirrors work. Oh, yeah, there we go. They do fold. So it didn't do that when I first got the car. The mirrors wouldn't actually fold up. Yep. That worked. Pretty cool. So if your car has the ability to do this, if it has the powered mirrors, you can code that in, which is kind of neat. So we'll just leave it like this for now. Maybe we'll change it down the road, but yeah, looks pretty cool. All right, so there you guys go, a little crash course with BimmerCode on the M4 GTS. You guys can use this on a ton of different BMWs. Like I said before, there's gonna be links down in the description to all of the adapters and the supported vehicles and a little more information on BimmerCode. Can't recall how much the full app is these days. It used to be like $30. It might be a little bit more, but in my opinion, BimmerCode is just the way to go. It's a one-time fee and you have it for life. And then no matter how many BMWs you buy down the road, you can just continue coding them. Just keep that OBD adapter on hand. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you so much for watching the video. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. Love y'all. See you in the next one.